I'm going to take a second to talk to you about underdogs.
Eagles fans everywhere, this is for you.
Fly, Eagles, fly, Eagles on the team. Touchdown, touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a Bird Gang Nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling on Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man soft. Jackson like Sean, hunting like Randolph. Season here, early time to do them in. Your boy Philly Fresco. Thanks for tuning in.
What's going on, you guys? This is your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, and it is Philly the podcast, man. So we back at it. We back at it like we never left. You know what it is. He's at 5, Brett Brown. Yeah, I see all that drama going on with Ben Simmons. So I'm here to talk some Eagles. I ain't even gonna touch that. I'm not even gonna touch that. I know that's a sore subject for a lot of y'all, but look, man, I was trying to understand how the cap works in the NFL. Still not even close to figuring it out, but I was looking at over the cap, and I was looking at the Eagles situation, their dead money, the money that we have on cap right now. And, I was saying in a couple of my lives that we might be sellers because we can get rid of, key veterans like Fletch, stuff like that. But looking at these numbers, I don't even think that's realistically a possibility. Like I said, I'm not a expert on these numbers, so if I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments. I'm sure you guys will. But I was looking at, I know a lot of people don't want to let go of Lane. People hated that video I made. But, looking at Lane, he's $10 million dead cap space. You look at Fletch, I think he's another 9. Right there, it's almost $20 million. And right now, we're at like 55. So the $18 million in dead money that we already have laying over into next year, I guess, is pennies in a sense. But that's a lot of money. If you try to add... You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're trying to get rid of somebody and there's nobody on this team outside of Avonte Maddox that you really save any money getting rid of them. And I don't really see the need to get rid of Avonte Maddox right now. So, I don't know. This might be a very, very quiet trade deadline for the Eagles. I guess we'll see. But I don't know, man. I'm just tired of having to deal with this every year. I feel like we never really have money. We have like $21 million and we're not even going to really be able to spend it. Hopefully that goes over into next year and we're able to sign 3 first-round picks, which I don't even think we'll draft 3 first-round guys. I think they'll end up trading back. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully we have enough money for the draft class and maybe to add a good, linebacker in the free agency or a good cornerback in free agency. Maybe be able to extend Darius Slay so he's not so expensive. I don't know, but there's got to be something done because realistically, this is it might get real depressing real soon because there's nothing we can really do. There's really nothing we can do right now. But shout out to Carlos. What's going on? First in the chat. What's going on, Nino? What's going on, Eagles champ? 5 across your lip. I like that name. He said he's screwed. No player would ever be able to dictate policies to the billionaires. No forethought. Never been told no, but bit him in the butt in the end. Can't wait for his I'm not phased Instagram video. Who are you talking about on that one? I need to. Are you talking about Howie? Howie out here making Instagram videos? Watch Howie take a quarterback in the draft and Eagles fans will be protesting. It is what it is at this point. Like, we haven't, and then I said this last year, I felt like if you weren't all in on Jalen Hurts, which, it seems like they were for at least this year, last year was a good a year, in my opinion, to go after a quarterback if you were going to go. I wouldn't mind having Justin Fields right now. I know he's not doing the best, but we talk about, coaches that aren't helping their quarterback. I think he's the perfect example of that. Like, Matt Nagy is doing that man no favors at all. So you look at somebody like him. Trey Lance has some special abilities. It comes down to abilities. I feel like if you can match abilities with the talent, and maybe Jalen Hurts can get there. I'm not saying he can't. Hopefully Jalen Hurts can, but we'll see. Free Brett Brown. Carlos, no, he going to be Pack. Free Miles Sanders from a cow. Yeah, Miles, man, look, Miles Sanders honestly wouldn't save you that much money. He probably has value. I think you'd probably lose more money than you'd actually save, like dead money wise, with him. I'm not 100%. I don't really remember it, if I'm being honest, but you don't save much. So it really comes down to the value. If you can drag like a early second out of somebody, maybe a late first, maybe a mid first, if they're really, really hungry for a running back. But who's really hungry for a running back right now? You can get a running back in the draft pretty easily. I mean, Miles Sanders himself was a second round pick. So I think we devalue the running back position on the field. You know what I'm saying? But every team has devalued it as far as like capital goes. What's good, Joe? Come on. It's not that bad. I mean, it's not, I don't know. It might get that bad. We don't have that much. We don't have much that we can give up. And we're now waiting on the draft. Now we're in the position that this draft has to go great. What's going on? Vic, I don't know what you're saying. 2-4 garbage owner, stupid idiotic GM. Ben Simmons, you going to try and come in here and just trigger everybody. I wonder how good Fields would be in Philly. I wonder what another quarterback would look like under Sirianni's system. And I'm not saying that I don't want, Jalen Hurts to be that guy, but it would be interesting. It would be interesting to see if Jalen Hurts wasn't in the game, what his game plan would be. Just for like maybe a game, just a game. I just want to see what would happen. But I know people don't want to see that. Sorry, I'm a bit late. I was just finishing up at school. You good? Ben Simmons. Hey, Ben Simmons is crazy. I bet you like the thought of Simmons for Kyrie. Not really. I mean, Kyrie, if he gets vaccinated, then he's fine, If he doesn't, then I guess, I don't know. Ben Simmons is acting like a punk. If you come to a Brooklyn Nets practice and you have your cell phone in your pocket, bro, KD and Kyrie and Harden, they're not gonna deal with that, man. We ain't gonna deal with that. But it would be nice to have a big man, like down low type dude, but I don't think that's what he wants to be. I don't even know what Ben Simmons wants to be. I don't think Ben Simmons knows what he wants to be. To be honest, you don't really need a great running back. You can get by with, committees. We saw it in 2017 when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, but you get by with good committees. Now, I want y'all to keep Howie. Nah, Howie got to go. This live probably has not that much to do with Howie. I just felt like saying that at the end of the title, to be honest, because I feel like if we speak it into existence, Do you have a video of the wide receiver we signed? I don't. I know Simone Stanley. She did a video. I don't know who he is. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why we dropped a linebacker to pick up a wide receiver. I mean, it's practice squad, but I don't know. Also, what you mean on the title, Eagles will have a quiet trade. I don't think we're going to really do anything. I think that this trade deadline is going to be very, very quiet. And I think that Eagles fans kind of always expect Howie to pull something out of the hat. I don't think this is going to be the year. I really don't think that. I think the Ertz thing is about it. Can we get some emails on Howie and Larry? We definitely need that. Any good veteran QB would check out of Pandurant. Oh, I see what you're Pandurant. I can't even say it. Play calling. I don't know. I don't know. A veteran's gonna probably want the ball in his hands. The veteran's gonna want those type of decisions. Like, it's hard for me. I don't know. Like, I feel like whenever I am honest about what I'm seeing with this team, you guys just think I'm bashing Jalen Hurts. But it's not that, man. I think that Jalen Hurts, we're saying that if Jalen Hurts gets the ball taken out of his hand, that would help him. And I need y'all to understand the ramifications of that statement. We're saying that Sirianni needs to just run plays. At the end of the day, these RPOs are him giving Jalen Hurts that decision and that opportunity to read the field, and he's not doing it. So we have to be understanding of what that means if we're just saying take the ball out of his hand, take the decision out of his hand. Then that just means that our coach is doing it all for him. Don't get me wrong. He definitely needs to run the ball. We definitely need to run the ball. But some of that goes on Jalen as well. We got to be honest about that. What's going on, Rome? He said draft talk in October. We ain't talking draft talk yet. I'm just talking. You know how I get down. I said it and I believe it, bro. We going. I really do believe that the Eagles can go 7-4 in these last 11 games. I really do believe that. That leaves us at 9-11. Or I can't do math. We're playing 20 games apparently, but that leaves us at like 9 wins, I think. So I would take that. I would take 9 wins. Not much on Kane, but he looks like he's a good deep threat wide receiver. That's not what we need. We definitely did not need another wide receiver. Like, maybe Jalen Reagor gets moved. Like, I'm looking at the guys with value because we're not going to save much money from trading anybody. So I'm looking at guys who have value that we can get good value back. If we're not getting like above a 3rd round pick for some of these guys, it just doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense because you're not saving anything. At that point, it's just getting rid of them to get rid of them. And it's the same thing with the Zach Ertz trade, man. If we look back at this in a couple weeks or in a couple, even at the end of the season, and we see that Tay Gowan didn't play, we just gave up our best tight end in the history of the Philadelphia Eagles for a 5th round pick. You know what I'm saying? So Tay Gowan, I hate to put this pressure on him, but this is big for you, kid. Like, you have a lot of expectations. You got to get in this lineup. You have to get in this lineup, or else, maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it will be a good thing if he doesn't, because then Howie gets exposed again. But I'm tired of saying just expose Howie, because we're the ones suffering. Howie's not suffering. Howie doesn't care. We got 25 people in the chat. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, y'all. Join the family, man. We're on our road to 3K. You know what I'm saying? Join the ride. Bring some popcorn and ish. I'm a Lakers fan. What's going on, Jadis? I'm a Lakers fan. I'm out of this. Ben to the Lakers. I don't want Ben Simmons. I don't want nobody acting like that. Christian Harris time. Didn't he just get cut? That's the dude we just cut, isn't that? Or no, you're talking about from Bama. You're talking from Bama. I think the linebacker we just cut, his name was Christian too. Ben Simmons might be the biggest goofball. What did he get kicked out for? I'm not like, I saw that he got kicked out of practice and he got suspended. What was it for? Was it because he had the cell phone in his pocket? I need to know what happened. Chant Fire Howie. I mean, if you're a member, check the link in the description. It's only $1. If you're a member, we got some Fire Howie emojis. So if you're a member, definitely, now is the best time to drop them, I guess. I would say Michael Gallup from Cowboys, but he's going to want number 1 receiver. Yeah, we don't, I really don't feel like we need wide receivers. I feel like we got a good young core. Whether you're in or out on Jalen Reagor is, up to you, totally your decision. But I think he's got enough talent to be the number 3 at worst. I know that he was a 1st round pick and that sucks, but it is what it is. We know damn well how we won't draft it. We're not getting a linebacker in the 1st. I hope we do. I hope we go Craig Casper, like Casper says. I hope that this draft is defense heavy. I hope every pick is defense. I really do. Maybe if you really don't want Jalen Hurts, go get yourself a quarterback, and then every other pick needs to be defense, in my opinion, because Matt Corral is going to light up the link. I've been hearing a lot about him. A lot of people are really high on him. So I told y'all this, though. Somebody's going to come out of the bunch. Somebody's going to come, sometimes out of nowhere from this college, and they're going to be the number 1 guy. We're going to find a cream of the crop quarterback. And, realistically, the only people that I could see really going for a quarterback are probably us, the Dolphins, but we have their 1st round pick. Texans. I mean, you guys dropped some names of teams because I can't think of too many teams that really were sellers this year. Sean, I don't think that we're going to even be able to be sellers. Who are we going to sell? You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to look at the guy. Like I said, I'm no expert on, cap numbers, but just looking at the dead money versus the money we'll save, it doesn't really make much sense for some of these guys. Matt Corral's looking real nice. I'm going to have to actually watch some of his guys. I have like tunnel vision when it comes to, football, college football. Like, I'm a Penn State fan and I don't really watch much outside of that. So I got to get out of that a little bit. Maybe get into like, college fantasy football. And maybe that'll help me get into it a little bit more. Easy, defense, not QB draft. And like I said, there's going to be somebody that comes out of the woodworks that's that guy. There always is. Knowing Howie, one of them quarterbacks are going to be picked. Most likely. Simone, she's an Eagles fan as well. You should do a stream. She a great content. Yeah, we did one. It's crazy. When we first started, we started kind of around the same time. We did one when we first started. We both came a long way. She's doing her thing, man. She's definitely doing her thing. I'm very happy for her. Carlos, hopefully he not there to screw us. Not winning alone, even competing without a good QB, but Matt Corral first and nothing but defense. If you don't believe in, you should try to get a collab. Yeah, I'll holla at Simone. We've been talking about doing one, but she's a busy lady, man. She's a busy lady. And shout out to Devin Caney. We're going to have Devin Caney on tomorrow. Shout out to my guy, Scott Go Brunson. I can't talk today. I'm sorry. But he covers the Raiders. We're going to have him on tomorrow. So we're going to have some good. Tomorrow's live is going to probably be pretty fun. So I look forward to that. I definitely look forward to that. Not Corral, not franchise QB. I mean, what do we know? 9-win puts y'all in the wild card. I wouldn't be surprised, bro. I would not be surprised. I think that we have a pretty easy schedule coming up. I've said that, Rome. I think we have a pretty easy schedule coming up. And I think that the Cowboys are going to start folding pretty soon. But, that's neither here nor there. I think Barnett and J-Jaw get traded package type deal. I would love to see that. That would make me so, I would be so happy. That would be the thing that makes my day just so much better, man. JC Dub, please, big fact. Give me a second or third because he's young for Rager and we are good. Give me a second. I would probably take a second. To think we're going to get a first is crazy. We should get value for Cox and Johnson and let Dillard and Mailata continue at their position they've been playing. We're not going nowhere this year. See, Sean, I was thinking that too. I had that in my mind, right? And then I looked at Lane Johnson and Fletcher Cox's contract. We're giving up like almost $20 million in dead money. That brings our dead money from $18 million next year, right? We would go from 55 this year, which is preposterous, but obviously it's 90% of it is because of Carson Wentz. But you go from $18 million next year in dead money to almost $38 million, almost $40 million in dead cap space if you count some of the smaller contracts that we're going to have on our books too. So, I mean, I don't know if it's worth it. I just don't know if that's worth it. It's Lurie and Howie. Yeah, I mean, they need to figure it out. First, y'all trade Wentz and don't get a first-round pick unless he plays 75% of the snaps and trade Ertz for a fifth-round pick. Well, the Wentz trade honestly wasn't that bad. I mean, that was really not that bad in my opinion. We're probably going to get that first because right now, it's 75%. So, I mean, I don't know if they just give up and bench him. I doubt that they would. I don't think he mentally would be able to deal with that. I really don't think. Like, I know a lot of people say that, but I just don't. Unless they're like, they don't win a game for the rest of this year, I could see them maybe just saying he's not the guy and moving on. But like, I don't see if they think that he's doing well, which he is doing well out there. I don't see them really pulling him. I think that they'll just, chalk it up. It is what it is. You sure you don't want Ben to, nah, I'm good. Ben's all right. Ben's great for y'all. Ben Simmons is great for y'all. Not telling you opinion, telling you what NFL personnel. Corral is a top QB, bro. Scores every drive and has a cannon. What's going on, Eagle Slayer? Nothing much. We just talking. You know how we get down. Ben was a detriment to the team. But what did he do? I need to know what he did. Doc asked him to do a defensive drill. He said no twice. Doc told him to go home and left it. But wow. What? Like, what's that all about? Why even show up then? Why even show up? That's weird. Last thing we need is receivers. We need a QB. Our receivers are good, can't pass to themselves. It's the truth, though. Is Stingley a linebacker? Stingley's a cornerback. Would love our Birds to draft a wide receiver with their third or second round pick. I mean, we don't really need one. I'm not really in the... if you want to get a wide receiver, that's fine. I'm not against it, but... I don't think it's that high on the priority list right now. We actually have young wide receivers, young, competent, competent wide receivers. So I'm cool with it. What's next? Y'all trade Fletcher Cox. I mean, hey, if you get the assets back that it makes sense to eat all that money, then maybe you do. I mean, it is what it is. Give me a first. I need a little bit more than just a first. Sal, Darius, Slay, and Cox. Slay's not going nowhere, and Cox probably ain't going nowhere. Yeah, and I know you want him. I know that the Cowboys would be licking their chops to get Slay, but nah, we good, bro. Oh, hell nah. Corral's not a franchise-type QB. If anything, give me Willis. We give y'all LV. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, we good on that. Wasn't even talking about trading him to the girls. Never. That would never happen. Respect the ladies. How we about catch headshot if they... I say we trade McLeod or Lane next year. We don't save any money on any of these guys. So it would literally come down to their value. What is their value? If you get enough value back, that's cool. Have you seen our schedule? Show me the fold. Yeah, y'all are the fold. The problem is y'all. We gonna see. We gonna see, bro. Like I said, we gonna see. I'm at Brooks, not Lane. Brandon Brooks, we don't say that much either. We'll see. We'll see though. If people give us a good, if you give us enough assets, I'm down to move on from just about anybody that's a vet at this point. Like, it is what it is. I want to see this team start winning, and it doesn't look like we're that close, man. It really doesn't feel like we're that close, at least future-wise. Like, this year we have a good defense, but the good part of the defense is going to leave next year, most likely. Like, our secondary is our strength right now, which is weird to say. Give me a fifth for J-Jaw. Man, give me gas money for J-Jaw, and I'll bring him to you. Gardner Minshew has to play 50% of the snaps. They have to start him soon for the Jags. Well, Colts still play the Jags twice, the Texans one more time, and that is just in the division. He's showing up to get paid. I think we need to restructure Brandon Brooks, Derek Barnett. Derek Barnett, we should have cut him at the beginning of the year when we could have saved $10 million by just cutting his ass. But now we're going to have to try and figure something out and not even save that much money. I would really like Hurts to be that guy, but they are not using him right. They need to do Hurts like Dak, run game, and let Hurts be a game manager, exactly what Cowgirls did for Dak in the first year. I don't know. I mean, we can blame everything around him, but at the end of the day, he's just not making plays. He's just not. I mean, it is what it is. He's just not making plays, man. Hurts wants to be a big play guy, and that's cool, but you're not making the plays, man. I've seen a lot of different excuses, and I'm tired of people comparing him to this guy, that guy. We got to look at what's happening with him. Like, he's not making easy plays. I mean, it's the truth. He's bailing on clean pockets. He's not reading the entire field. And this is stuff that we've been saying since last year. You want to see it improve, and it just hasn't. It just hasn't. So we'll see. Tight end likely a beast. Hopefully. I mean, we gave up freaking Zach Ertz because we got Tyree Jackson. Tyree Jackson only making like less than $1 million too. We don't need Slay. We got the best corner already. Here we go. Hurts and Dak are not the same, not even close. Colts have Jets too. Trade Kelsey. We ain't trading Kelsey. Kelsey barely wanted to come back this year. We ain't going to be able to trade Kelsey. He'll probably just retire. Just y'all, that's your contact. Sad argument. Yeah, I mean, that is what it is. I've seen y'all play forever. Y'all always do this. Y'all literally always have a decent little start, and then you guys fold in December. So when you guys don't do that, then we'll see what happens. Your defense is still giving up a lot of points. You guys are barely winning these games. It's not like you're out here blowing teams out. You guys blew us out. I'll give you that. Yep, and we get Joseph back. Nobody knows what the hell Fat Man Boss is going to be. Why is Ryan Kerrigan on the team? I mean, hey, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with these teams. Fletcher probably getting traded next year. We're not going to save that much money, so I don't know why. Fletcher Cox deserves to retire an EAGLES Eagle. I respect that. I agree. I mean, he does deserve it, but it's a business at the end of the day. Trade Kelsey to the Chiefs, one last shot to play with his bro. Maybe that would be cool. If we got something like decent in return, but I'm not trying to sit here and just give everybody what they want. Like, we kind of did that with Zach Ertz. We let him go to Arizona so he can compete and be at home, his girl's house or whatever. But like, I'm not trying, like, look, this is still our team. Like, I still want to succeed. Like, cool. We love y'all, but like, I'm not just going to keep giving people up for nothing. I looked at all 22 on Hurts. He was really bad. Sirianni actually schemed players open. He's just missing every time. He's not seeing the full field. It is what it is. People have to understand that and realize that. And that's a difference from a lot of... Look, I always see people comparing him to Josh Allen, to Lamar Jackson was the guy yesterday. Like, but he's just not them. Lamar Jackson has, in my opinion, a way stronger arm than what Jalen Hurts has. It just is what it is. Josh Allen has a way stronger arm than what Jalen Hurts has. It is what it is. That's not who he is. We have to understand who he is and what he's not capable of doing. They asked Nick Sirianni, I think it was Rob Motti asked Nick Sirianni yesterday about the deficiencies that Jalen Hurts has and how it's, affecting the play calling. And it is kind of a little bit of both. Like, there are things that Jalen Hurts can't do, and it's showing through the play calls. But, Nick Sirianni still wants to be Nick Sirianni. So that's why I kind of say it might be interesting to see what happens with a different quarterback at the helm for one game. It would be interesting to see if Nick Sirianni changes, if the play calling changes, or if just the results change. Davion Taylor seems to be the best linebacker on the team. He's doing his thing. Davion Taylor does not stink at linebacker. Yeah, Eagles champ, come on, man. You just be saying stuff. Yeah, but he can do that. Watch the Cardinals game last year. We ran the ball. He was able to do play action. I mean, okay. I mean, we did a lot of play action week 1, and he still missed a lot of throws and a lot of reads. So, I mean, he's had good games. He's had good halves, I'll say. He doesn't, because even the Arizona Cardinals game, he wasn't good in the first half. He came on towards the end of the game, but that's not what an NFL quarterback is. We need somebody that's going to be consistent. Hurts had the opportunity to hand the ball off in RPOs, but he wants to be the one making the plays. It's sad when the QB has it. I agree. I mean, and I've said this a bunch of times, man. I've said this a bunch of times. When you're saying, well, then Nick just has to call run plays. You're saying Nick just has to take the decision-making out of our franchise quarterback's hands. He has to take the ball out of our quarterback's hands. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what you want to be doing with a quarterback. You know what I mean? Like that, even with Lamar, just to use your guy's analogy, everybody wants to compare Lamar Jackson. Even to use Lamar, if you look at Lamar Jackson, he had no wide receivers, but he was making decisions on RPOs, on those play action passes to his tight ends. He was making the good decision. It's just they didn't have the type of offense to go vertical. Now they got a couple of wide receivers and they're building something. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Jalen Hurts just isn't making the right decisions. We've seen a couple times where if he makes a perfect throw, it's an easy 100-yard throw. Not 100 yards. It's an easy touchdown over the top. Devontae Smith, Quez White, like the Jalen Reagor. Like, I mean, I don't know how much you need to see. Name the last time we started like this, please. I'll give you outside of 2016. Name one year. I'll cash app you $50. I mean, this is just like, when's the last time you actually, his rookie year? Why outside of 2016 though? Like, how do you kitty corner it to like not this year though? That's the most recent time. Other than that, you didn't even make the playoffs. That was the last time that you were good. You made the playoffs and then fizzled out. Because you wanted to say that, Dak caught, or whoever caught it. Who was it that dropped the ball, but you guys wanted... Like, that makes no sense. I love how Cowboy fans love to move the goalpost. Use an example, except for this example that you can obviously use. Like, it makes zero sense, bro. Give me Christian here. I would love to get a linebacker, bro. We're not going to get a linebacker. 2018, we started 3-5. 2015, 2-0. Got hurt. Romo got hurt. How are the Cowgirls going to keep going if Dak is out again? He's injured now. Yeah, I don't think it's anything serious. And obviously, they have a bye week this week. That's probably why all these Cowboy fans are in here right now trying to troll me. But I'm not worried about the Cowboys. I mean, it is what it is. I'm really not worried about the Cowboys. Shout out to Jeremiah Butler with that $10 super chat, man. I mean, I'm mad behind in these comments, bro. But he said, no, not a good idea. I heard Jody McMillan say that earlier. If we bench Jalen and Minshew does well, the fan base will clamor for mania. Then we get no full scope of Jalen. I agree, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, I mean, if Minshew does well, then does that mean that he's probably better for the system? Like, what, is that a bad thing? Like, I don't get that. I personally don't get that mentality. I like Jalen Hurts, but if he's not the guy, he's not the guy. I mean, that's where we should be as Eagles fans. That's really what I'm feeling right now. I feel like if he's not the guy, then he's not the guy, and we have to accept that. But I agree with what you're saying. I do want to see what Jalen Hurts is for a full season, but there's that devil on the shoulder that's kind of like, but start somebody else for a game, see what happens. So I agree with you, and I'm not trying to sit here and start a hashtag start Minshew. That's not where I'm at. But it is a little something that's on my mind just to kind of see what it would be like. Maybe I just need to play a game of Madden and it'll shut me up. But I appreciate you for that $10 super chat, Jeremiah, my guy. Good day again from down under. What's going on, Brett? What time is it out there? What time is it out in Australia? I think they need to give Minshew a start to see if the problems is with the play calling or Hurts. That's kind of where I'm at. I mean, I don't think they have to, and I'm not saying they should, but I wouldn't mind seeing it. You know, like, to play devil's advocate, I wouldn't mind seeing it. Every linebacker has a moment like that. Wentz PPF or PFF player of the week. Hey, good for him, man. I don't care. Shout out to Giovanni, man. Giovanni's the GOAT, bro. He's on the Pat McAfee show. He's out there catching touchdowns from the Colts mascot, man. Shout out to him, man. That kid is living the dream, man. We actually had him on the show not too long ago, so definitely go check that interview out. That was a lot of fun. He's a great kid, man. Carlos, our linebackers stink, sorry, but we need Thumper. We don't need a guy like Queen or White. I mean, I wouldn't mind a guy like Queen or White. I would not mind that at all. Somebody that can actually cover sideline to sideline and actually goes into the hole and not just waits at the end of it. That's my problem with these linebackers. It's not that they can't make tackles. It's not that they can't make plays. Seems like they're afraid to. But shout out to the 40 people in the chat, man. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, join the family, man. It really helps me out when you guys hit the like. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys could get this to like 30, 35 likes, I'd really appreciate that. And then we get it, you know what I'm saying? We grow this family. We keep growing this family. What's going on, Drew? What's going on, brother? He was getting a rhythm late in the fourth, then went back to RPOs. We really don't deserve them. Look, I would love to be proven wrong by Jalen, but, you know, I don't know. If they don't get back to basics fundamentals, if they don't get back to the basic fundamentals of football, Jalen Hurts will fail, bro. That's not how Hurts would look if they had to guess if he would run a throw. He looked like this in college, though. I mean, like, you know, realistically, like, he wasn't a great thrower in college. Like, you know, it's not something that just started. I understand that the running game is important for a team to win, but as a quarterback, you can still prove your worth without a running game. There has still been plays that he can make that he just has not. That's the ugly truth. That's the ugly truth. And I would rather him read RPOs wrong and keep giving it to Miles Sanders than to keep taking it or to keep throwing it. Like, because that's what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, there's at least 3 or 4 times every game that I see a RPO that he should have probably just handed it off. You know, and that's not a lot, but that's a considerable amount. That's a considerable amount to be consistently reading it wrong. And that's an easy play, in my opinion. In Hurts' defense, Rager and Smith ran out of bounds on TDs, and they were 5 TDs called back because, yeah, they were. I mean, they were. So can we use that to Nick Sirianni's defense too? Or is that only good for Jalen Hurts? Is that doesn't work for Nick Sirianni? He didn't scheme those players open, and the players couldn't execute. Is that not something we can say? Have y'all noticed the dog mentality? Rents due 1% every day. A BS ain't being said much lately. Yeah, I told y'all he was either going to be the most loved coach or the most memed coach, and it's looking like it's a lot of memes right now. It's looking like a lot of memes right now. Devontae, Quez, even Rager are open most of the time through scheme. Hurts not seeing if he leaves the pocket prematurely and doesn't have good anticipation. Facts. That's all facts. That's my point. We haven't looked like this on the regular. Your point was we always start hot, and that's false. Either way, more so I should say, you guys always think that you guys have a great team, and then you guys fold in December. Maybe that's the better way of saying it. I'm sorry for the wording. When is Tyree Jackson coming back? It was a 10-week thing. It should be coming up pretty soon. I'm thinking maybe not this game, but maybe next week we start seeing him slowly coming back to practice. I know Minshew is not the guy, so I don't want to waste time. Why do you know that? How do you know that? How do you know that? Because all the meaningless stats that we can bring up for Jalen Hurts, we can bring up a whole bunch of meaningless stats for Minshew too. Minshew was doing some good things in Jacksonville. They just had the opportunity to get Trevor Lawrence. Is Prescott hurt? Because Mark Holmes put a video out. From what I saw, it looked like he was in a boot. But a lot of people are telling me that it's not that serious. So I don't want to make too much a big a deal of it. But if he comes out of this bye week and he can't play a couple games, that's obviously going to hurt the Cowboys. But we'll see what happens. They seem to like their defense. So maybe they can win them a couple games. No, not really. You guys start hot like the first 3 weeks of every season. Tell the devil to be quiet. At this point, let's call the Texans and pray they only want 2 first-round picks. This QB draft a little weak. I don't want Deshaun. I really don't want Deshaun Watson, man. I really don't. Bro, you help the defense by not running. They can just blitz like they did Wentz. I mean, they're keeping 8 in the box because they don't really respect Jalen Hurts' arm. Like, if you really sit there and watch the game, they don't fear they stop the run. They basically stop you from running because they put so many men in the box. But that's because they don't fear Jalen Hurts. Like, they don't think that he's going to go over the top. There's no, coincidence that everybody's got one-on-one coverage and you got safeties creeping up to the line. They don't respect Jalen Hurts' arm. I hope the Cowboys get to the playoffs and lose in the NFC Championship. And if we don't get to the playoffs, so I can watch them cry, I hope they don't make the play. I would never hope that they make the playoffs. The girls have a bye week there. Yeah, they do. Give Minshew the Chargers game. I wouldn't. If we're out of the playoffs, if we're mathematically out of the playoffs, I would give Minshew one game towards the end of the season. I would. Why not? What the heck? What are you gonna lose? It's 5:50 in the morning, Brett. Damn, bro. On Wednesday. Today's Tuesday. So you in the future, bro. You in the future. Let me know how it is tomorrow, man. Look up our news. Let me know what's happening in America tomorrow. But shout out to Brett, man. Waking up with Philly the podcast. That's my guy, bro. Dak is hurt. They are underplaying it almost. I did hear it was the same injury as Gallup. But, it's obviously they're asking it's 2 different positions. They're asking him to do 2 different things. But Dak is somebody that moves around a lot in the pocket. He does that little cha-cha slide with his hip. So I feel Minshew should be a discussion for next year. We have him on the roster next year. And that's what I've said. Like, even if you don't believe in Jalen Hurts after this year, I can understand if you want to keep him here as a bridge quarterback and wait till the draft is a little bit more favorable. You have scouts for that reason. Raiders fan here, y'all sweating this game or you think it's a gimme game? AG, it's definitely not no gimme game, bro. We have our own issues. I know that you guys have some issues, but shout out to AG. We're going to have Scott go Brunson on tomorrow talking about it, so definitely tune into the live and we'll break down the game a little bit. But I wouldn't say the Eagles have any give me games. This team has a lot of questions they got to answer. So Minshew should get ready to pack his bags. Minshew's going to be here till next year. I like Minshew a lot, even if he's just a career backup. I love what Minshew brings to you, even if it's on a limited basis. Bro, y'all not going to give Hurts this another year? I don't know. We'll see. If you have the opportunity to get a can't miss prospect at the quarterback position, it is very hard for me to say not to do it. And I'm not a scout, and I don't know if there's that guy in the quarterback room or at the quarterback position in college right now. I don't know. There might be, there might not be. I don't think anybody really knows. Realistically, we are not scouts. But if you find that guy, it's hard for me to say that he can't. You crazy, look at his stats. He put Vic numbers up. Stats don't tell the full story, man. People got to really start looking at the game. Stop just getting... I know a lot of Twitter, people feed you numbers and say, look at this compared to this guy. All that stuff don't really matter, man. All that stuff really does not matter. What matters is what you're doing on the field. Yeah, because we're probably going to draft a QB in the first if Hurts loses this and the Lions game. Hey, I don't put wins or losses on him, but if he doesn't continue to improve, if he doesn't get consistently better, which he has not, then, it is what it is. With Minshew, no other team wanted to trade for him before the season and cool them Jets on Minshew. Nobody's saying he's a franchise guy. I'm just saying I like the guy. 7 TDs called back, bro. Okay, but that goes to Nick Sirianni too. All right, let's all remember that. Jalen Hurts goes as Sirianni goes, right? So as much as you want to blame Sirianni, when plays do work, give the flowers to Sirianni. I never hear that. I never hear people being honest and saying that Sirianni schemes these players open and the guys aren't executing. So let's be real there. Now watch us start running the ball because he feeling the heat. Hopefully. I mean, back in 2017, the veterans on this team had to go up to the coach and say, listen, run the damn ball. And we saw a total difference in our team. Hurts is one of the leaders. Go to the coach and tell him, run the damn ball. Or hand it off. Make a point. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just as much on Hurts as it is this coaching staff, man. Like, he's a leader. He has a C on his chest. You know what I'm saying? We gave him that. So it comes with everything. It comes with everything. He did get beat out by 2. I agree with you. Bottom line is I know what Hurts is. I would like to see what Sirianni can do with Flacco or Minshew. Even if it's one game. Yo, Philly 52. We gonna fight, bro. He said, what up, Joe? You hear about that dude, Lamar Jackson? He's a bad mother. Yeah, Lamar is my guy, too. I like Lamar. I ain't gonna cap. I used to watch him in college because Louisville used to be part of the... I don't know if they changed... I know they changed it up for basketball. I don't know if it changed for college football. But they used to be like part of the Big East, and I'm from Connecticut, so UConn used to play them a lot. I actually went to a lot of Rutgers games, too, when Ray Rice was there. Maybe I shouldn't say that on YouTube, but I really want to see Birds trade for Odell. Please don't. Please don't. Please don't. Watching the film, Sirianni can scheme, just not playing to Hurts' strength. What are Hurts' strengths? All right, Drew, what are Hurts' strengths? Because I've asked this question a million times, and I feel like people always ignore this question. What are his strengths? Outside of leadership and, his intangibles on the field, what are his strengths? Is he really good at handing the ball? Like, what are his strengths? Gardner Minshew will have to go since he didn't play enough games to... we don't need to give him... that's their pick. If he doesn't play, then they get like a 7th-round pick. I don't care. Carlos with our team, I sure don't count out the possibility we can lose to the Lions. The TDs taken away because of penalties are on the coaching staff. I guess. I guess. I give the Lions a 45% chance of beating us, bro. Our O-line always hurt. First game, we had them all. But our O-line has been producing pretty well. Andre Dillard got beat a couple times, but I feel good about this young O-line. If you're watching when Jalen Hurts is in the pocket, he has clean pockets sometimes. Most of the time. Sometimes he runs out way too early. So you behind, just like Joey Shakes in the chat, you are right now. Well, it's a lot of people talking right now. I'm trying to read everybody. Eagles fan, Dak not injured. Remember y'all losing the Cowboys with Dalton. Okay, y'all lost to it, but did y'all win it? When's the last time y'all won a Super Bowl, man? Y'all out here acting like y'all won a Super Bowl in the past 2 decades, man. Bro, I swear I thought I was the Watson to Philly was done. That ain't gonna happen. Diggs is super lucky, ball hawk, yes, but is on pace to give up almost 900 yards, locked down my ass. That's why they keep throwing it his way. Lions almost beat the Ravens if it was not for that 66-yard field goal. It's okay that Hurts isn't the answer. We got 3 first-round picks. Let's use them. We just got to be honest about what he is. That's really what it comes down to. Everybody wants to give excuses and well, this guy's not doing that. That guy's not doing that. Well, Jalen Hurts ain't doing his job either. No quarterback can survive this bogus offense. Look, Andy Reid doesn't like running the ball. There's a lot of coaches. We could go down the list of coaches that do not like to run the ball. We are not the only team. The difference is, look at the Packers. The Packers had freaking Aaron Jones, and they rather throw the ball 40, 50 times because they have a good quarterback. If you have a good quarterback, then you got a good quarterback. Jalen Hurts right now is not playing like a consistent quarterback, and that's just it. He's not consistent with the throwing the ball. You got to see what he is. Got to see what he has. Not saying Jalen is the guy, but I don't see that guy from Minshew either, and he's played longer. Realistically, he led a terrible Jaguars team to like 4 or 5 wins, which they didn't deserve any of those, if I'm being real. Like, they pulled him because he was doing a little bit too good. A couple fourth quarter drives that he had. Like, he's shown some things. He's shown just as much, if not more, than Jalen Hurts, in my opinion. So, I'm not saying either of them are the guy, but y'all praying that QB hurt. Nobody's praying anything. Let Gannon run the offense. Can't talk on here, bro. People are bugging. They gonna waste a pick on a QB. That ain't the problem. It's our old ass line. Our line is mad young, Scott. What are you talking about? You're talking about Lane Johnson and Brandon Brooks. When we are all hype about Jordan Mailata, people are starting to see that Andre Dillard can play well. Landon Dickerson is starting to get into his own. Nate Herbig is a solid option. Jack Driscoll is a solid option. You know, I think one thing people need to understand is that it's okay not to be right. It's okay. It's okay for Jalen Hurts to have flaws. It's okay to be a fan and be critical of your team. No, nobody is saying you have to agree with everything, but just looking away and saying, "Oh no, this isn't the problem. This is no, he's not the problem. It's all the problem." Negative. I watch tape. It doesn't sound like it because you're just bringing up stats and saying, "Well, no, it's this fault. It's that fault." Look at Jalen Hurts. What does Jalen Hurts do? I bowed that question to you. What is Jalen Hurts' strength? Since you watch the tape, what is Jalen Hurts' strength? If you were a coach, what would you do to bring out his strengths? Because running the ball is not him having a strength. That's having a good running back. So what is Jalen Hurts' strength? What would running the ball help Jalen Hurts do? Because he's inaccurate, he's making bad decisions, and he's not getting the ball deep enough on his deep balls. These are all issues that he had in college. So please, I ask you, all of you, what is Jalen Hurts' strength? Like that's the question that I need to, because everybody keeps saying play to his strengths, play to his strengths. What is his strength? Please answer that question. Ain't none of these games a gimme game. Facts. Wilson ain't good. Fields looks okay, but not good. Lawrence is getting better. Zach Wilson, yeah, I mean, yeah, I called that he was gonna be trash. I ain't gonna cap. Mac Jones looks pretty good. Nobody really important outside of them. Trey Lance is hurt, I think. I like Trey Lance. We went in the Lions game in 2 weeks. They're not winning. I ain't jinxing it. Yeah, I feel you can't jinx it. They're 0-5. We better win that game. What's going on, O'Dizzle? What's going on? But I want to see what people say is his strength. That's what I want to see. That's all I want to know. There's 40 people in the chat. Please hit that like, hit that subscribe, and then leave a comment and let me know what Jalen Hurts' strength is. And I'm not trying to hate on him. I'm really not trying to hate on him. I'm just trying to understand what you're trying to play into. When people say play to his strengths, what are they? If we all know so well what he can do, what is it? What is it? Please let me know. We might want to let blinds feed us. No, that ain't happening. Then give him time to work on his issues. Yeah, we are give this. He's got a season. He's had 2 years. He's had 2 years to be in an NFL system, to be with an NFL team, to practice with NFL players, to go against NFL talent. He is not a rookie. Stop that. He's not a rookie. It is what it is. So please tell me what his strengths are. That's all I'm asking. Ain't nobody else accounts for 80%. Okay, Scott, what is his strengths? Scott, what is his strengths? You keep on bringing up numbers. What is his strengths? What should we be doing with Hurts? Running the ball? Then we're taking the ball out of his hands. So why is it that Hurts should be the guy handing the ball off? That's what I'm trying to ask. Hurts is really good at handing the ball off. I should say Hurts' weakness, he needs to stay in the pocket and trust his O-line. And he needs to get more accurate. He needs to get more consistent. He needs to get, better at reading the field. Definitely. If we give Lions their first win, bro, I'll be so mad, man. Step your game up. Go win us these games, Jalen Hurts. Is it Jalen Hurts not having Jordan Mailata run the ball on the goal line offense? We wanted an excuse because the Weasel wasted a second-round pick on him. Facts, though. That's really what it is. We want him to be the right pick now. The Green Bay they definitely do. How Dougie P wasn't big on running the ball. Exactly. Don't be a wuss, Jalen. Tell the coach. Exactly. Andy Reid don't like to run the ball. He doesn't. We were complaining. Like, come on, bro. If you want to leave, that's fine. But leave knowing you're wrong. Like, leave knowing you're wrong. Build the team around Wilson or Rodgers in 22. I don't know about that. I don't think we're a quarterback away. There's a lot of issues on this team, man. And I know I'm nitpicking at Jalen, but I like Jalen. I think that he's a good dude, but everybody keeps saying play to his strength. I haven't seen any strengths. I haven't seen what he's good at. And yes, some of it is because of the offensive scheme, but the scheme's scheming people open. Like all I need you to be is good at throwing the ball to open receivers. And right now he's not doing that on a consistent basis. I had to be a censor in football because you get pressure like when you have to snap. I don't want to be no damn center. I don't want to be no center. He says, shut up, Cowboys fans. They always going to be in here, man. Hurts is to go along to get along, man. Drop some. Yeah, talk. You got to talk to him, man. Shout out to the 50 people in the chat, man. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe. What's going on, KJ? Somebody just sent a super chat. Shout out to Jeremiah with the $5 super chat. He said, thank you, Joe. Finally some sense. This is the most team dependent sport known to man. So if one entity doesn't hold up, it bleeds into others. Big facts. Big facts. And look, I'm not saying that it's a shout out to Jeremiah. I appreciate that, man. I really do. And it's not just on Hurts. And I'm not saying that it is. But if we keep on saying play to his strengths, what should Sirianni do? Sirianni is playing to his strengths. Bubbles, screens, RPOs are one to read. Exactly, Sean. This is playing to his strength. You're giving him not that many options, and you're giving him the options, though. You know, because you could literally just say we're gonna make one play option. Like, we could just hand the ball off 40 times a game, but then you don't learn anything about Jalen Hurts at all. You really don't. We can run a bunch of option plays, and you don't learn anything about Jalen Hurts. But if you run these type of plays where you're giving him the option to read the defense, even though it's a minute read, it's a small thing you have to read, then you're working. Shout out to Big Low Country with that $5 super chat, man. He said, much love from a Falcons fan, bro. Love the content. I appreciate you, Big Low. I was watching. Shout out to Big Low Country, man. Real talk. He is a funny dude, bro. Like, I know me and you haven't talked, but I definitely saw you working with a lot of Eagles content creators that first week, man. And I love your content, bro. You are a funny dude. Keep it going, man. I really do appreciate you coming through, man. And I really do appreciate that $5 super chat, man. You my guy, bro. We definitely got to work one day because you're a very funny dude. I love what you do, man. I love the personality. Yo, what's going on, Danny? Yo, Joe, what up, my guy? So happy I made the stream today. I appreciate you coming through, man. Yeah, we gonna go for a little bit, man. I got some time. Usually I end it after an hour, but I got some time. Nah, bro, if they took some of the pressure off of his shoulders and established the run, there's nothing else you can build off of a shotgun with. So I agree. To win games, you have to take the pressure off of your quarterback, especially a young quarterback. You want to see him develop slowly. But unfortunately, we're not in that position. You know, Jalen, and we said this in the beginning of the year, whether it's fair or not, we are set in a position that this year and possibly next year are the only time we're really going to give Jalen any chance because we have the assets to go out there and get a quarterback. And the Eagles value quarterback over everything. And until we get rid of Howie, we're going to try and find a quarterback that fits what we want to do and not the other way around. So while I agree with you, I again ask you, what is Jalen Hurts' strength? That's what I need to know that. Hurts strength is the fourth quarter, 2-minute hurry up drills. And that's not necessarily a good thing, but I agree with you. That's not necessarily a good thing because there's no reading when it goes there. You're not reading the field. You're making quick decisions and you're not having to make those decisions at the line of scrimmage. It's the play and you run the play and you go. You know what I'm saying? So while it's nice to see that he kind of, glows up in intense situations, I hate to use this term. It is a lot of garbage time stuff. It is a lot of, you need 2 touchdowns to come back. So now he's balling like, and we saw this with Carson Wentz, and it comes down to our coaching staff. It really does, but it comes down to our front office as well. Hurts doesn't have any other than charisma and leadership. He doesn't do much amazing as a QB. Yeah, I just told you, Reed. My bad. All right, where's you at? Let me go see. Where is it? I'm trying to find it. What was your name again? Hold on. Maddie. All right. Strengths of simply being a great leader and hard worker. That's not a strength. Those are not physical traits. Okay. Do I have to say that? Do I have to say physical traits? What does he do on the field that makes him what can Sirianni build around? What can Sirianni do to make Jalen Hurts' strengths come out? How do you get a sustainable, I just don't get I don't know. I feel like people don't understand the question. It's not about what his mentality is. It's not about off the field stuff. What on the field is he doing well? Honestly, I like Nick. I like his passion and attention to detail. I think he is used to being a puppet, though. If we had a legit experienced QB, we would be rolling right now. I do agree with that. Bro, it only lets you say so many words. If you want to go to school, I got you, bro. You my boy. I would definitely open up your eyes to what you mean. Hit me up on Twitter, man. I'm always down to talk. Hit me up on Twitter. Always down to chop it up. I like differing views. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to believe in Jalen Hurts. I do. What is Zach Wilson's strength? Zach Wilson's trash. I said that before. I never liked Zach Wilson, so I'm just going to ignore that. I don't like him. Justin Fields can make good decisions. He's good on the run, throws the ball very accurately, and he has a pretty good arm. I wouldn't say that his arm strength is his strength, but he has a decent enough arm that he can make the throws that he needs to. Right now, his completed air yards is around 10.2. I know his numbers aren't crazy, but that's because Matt Nagy is absolute garbage. Like, he's not a good play caller, not a good schemer. I don't know how he still has a job. Baker Mayfield, it was always about his escapability. It always was. They're doing stuff now to work around Baker Mayfield because he's not the guy. And Tua's trash. So, what are you trying to say? Mac Jones is doing well. Mac Jones, there's nothing I can really say about him. He's making some rookie mistakes, but he's playing well with the team that he has, in my opinion. And I'm not a Patriots fan, and honestly, I wasn't a Mac Jones fan coming into this. But Tua's trash. So what are you trying to say? You're comparing it to people that are legitimately rookies. Justin Fields is on a terrible team terrible offensive team, in my opinion. Tua is not going to probably be on that team next year. And Baker Mayfield, like I said, they're trying to find workarounds by having all these running backs. So is that what you want to do? You want to just work around Jalen Hurts, or do you want to go get a top quarterback? But Richie, since you asked me a question, I'll ask you a question. What is Jalen Hurts' strength? Because my man, y'all are ducking and diving and I feel like we watching dodgeball right now, bro. What is his strength? Nobody wants to say it. His strength was to be a slow Lamar Jackson. He's not that slow, but I get what you're saying. He got the legs. There's a difference between running RPOs and knowing how to run RPOs, but your entire offense cannot be RPO every play. We did it with Nick Foles. That's literally what we did. We did RPOs damn near every play with Nick Foles. And that's because he handed the ball off, so it worked. That's really what it comes down to, man. I'll try. Hey, brother, what's going on, Jerry? Hey, brother, we capping about Hurts again. LOL, it's funny when you picking out things. I'm being honest. Somebody has to. Everybody wants to just say it's not his fault. It's not his fault. You still my dude. I'm not seriously getting emotional over what other people say. You, my guy, that's why I'm here rocking with you. You already know, Scott. You already know, bro. This is always going to be a tough decision. This is always going to be a tough discussion because we're all going to see different things. You know what I'm saying? We all have different expectations of what we want our quarterback to be. Right now, I'm looking at it from the point of view of this office, from this front office. They don't want somebody that they have to mold their team around. They want somebody that will mold around their team. So, that's why I'm looking at Hurts and just being honest that he's probably not that guy. Scott Lynch, Hurts got to make the throws too, though. That's true. Jalen needs more targets. What do you mean? Passing this many times isn't a fair way to judge Hurts. Not a favorable learning experience. But you learn. There's plays there, and that's what you got to look at. Game is okay. Execution is poor. Coaches don't make adjustments on time. Jalen Hurts leaves a lot of throws on the field. If you correct those things, we would win most games. Facts. I agree with you. It's just, I don't know. I always say that we have to make adjustments, but what adjustments do you make? Do you just completely take the ball out of Jalen's hands? Because that's what it seems like you have to do. You have to literally just completely take decision-making out of his hands and, let him learn within the structure of whatever Nick Sirianni's offense is. I don't know what you do. That's why I'm trying to figure out what his strength is. As much as I don't want to agree with Scott, look at 2017 when Zeke was suspended. Dak didn't look good. with the RPO offense, where are the short middle routes, Nick and Shane? I mean, they're there. They're there. Most of them are if you look at some of these RPOs, look at the slants to Devontae Smith that are either overthrown or underthrown or almost picked. Like, those are RPOs that he's just deciding to not hand it off and throw it. You know, most of these slants and these quick throws are that. Most of these penalties that we get, you know, illegal man downfield, that's because it's an RPO and Jalen Hurts doesn't make the decision. That's what that is. Hurts ain't a one-man show, though. I know they're trying to see what they have, but others are trying. I agree, Clinton. I mean, look, the way that we are using Miles Sanders is criminal. I really do. I do agree with that. But, you know, I mean, that's what we're doing. You know, it is what it is. This is the team we are. We've always been this type of team. So I can't say I'm surprised. I'm disappointed that we're going to just continue on this path, but I'm not surprised. This is who we were, who we are. And it feels like who we will always be if we have Howie at the helm. Cardinals built under Kyler. That's just not what we're doing. We're not going to do that. Hurts is good at breaking the pocket and running around, but even if it does that, he's not accurate enough to make big plays. I will say this. He's better thrower on the run than he is in the pocket. That's not something that is necessarily good. I mean, but as a coach, I could see you saying, let's start moving the pocket for him. But, I mean, how much? I don't know. Like, you know, sometimes he's even inconsistent there. But I do feel like he's a little bit more consistent on the run than he is as a pocket passer. When cornerbacks play against aggressive, it shouldn't take us 2 plates. Start doing double moves. Yeah, I agree. You gotta, but that comes with Jalen, man. That definitely comes with Jalen too. How much do you trust him to be consistent on those throws? What was Wentz' strength when he was happy, asked to be pass happy? I mean, he had an arm. I'm not gonna sit here and compare him to. I'm asking about Jalen Hurts. I don't get why do you answer the question with a question? You know why? Because you don't have an answer to the question. So answer the question. What is Hurts' strengths? 803 Hitman says Hurts' strength is being mobile outside of the pocket. A spade is a spade. Not to say he can't get better inside the pocket. I agree with that. His strength is scrambling, plus Howie doesn't want him as the QB of the future. I don't know if that's true. Because if that was true, we could have got a quarterback this year. Easily, to be honest. We could have got a couple different quarterbacks. And that's why I say I know exactly what Hurts is. I want to see what the coach is, and that's the only reason I want to see Minshew or Flacco. Minshew looks more like Rivers, what Rivers could do. Only garbage time stats Hurts had was against my Cowboys and Chiefs. I mean, I don't know. I would have to look at the numbers again. The problem is that we are not running the ball or quick slants. We're doing a lot of quick slants. He is good at the hurry up, but the rest is him developing. He is not specially talented, regardless how bad we want him to work out. That's the thing. That's the truth. You know, the strength is to run RPOs, which is not a run. It's not a run, but you have that option. And as a quarterback, you should be able to read the defense and see when that's the good option. Are you going to have a sit down with some Raider fans this week? We're gonna have Scott Goldbrunson on tomorrow, which he runs a Raider site. He's a great guy, man, great dude. We've had him on before actually for the draft series we did. But yeah, we're gonna have that, and then we're gonna have Devin Caney, who works with Derek Gunn and all of them over there with Jacob Media. So it's gonna be fun. What are Sirianni's strengths as a head coach? I have no idea. I mean, real talk, if I did have to be honest with Sirianni, he does make some good plays. Like the plays that he's making, there's usually somebody open. It's just on the players to execute it at this point. He doesn't run the ball, but I'm starting to feel like that's just the franchise's identity, not his. You know what I'm saying? Because he ran the ball in Indy. What is the Eagles' offensive identity? And if you don't know no matter what QB is in, you're not going to do much winning. Well, we obviously want to be a pass-first offense. I mean, that's obvious. That's what we want to be. We've wanted to be that for a while now. Leadership is a quality, not a field skill. Exactly. I mean, Wentz was the MVP in 2017 when he got hurt. He's good at running RPOs, but RPO is not a run. He's not even good at running RPOs right now. And you think Fields would do well in Philly? I honestly do think Fields would do better in Philly, if I'm being real with you. What's going on, Rock? What's going on, brother? I got to stop using caps. And people think I'm mad or yelling. I'm not. I said it in my first comment. He's young. Just put everything on him to do. Do what Doug P did with Nick Foles, simplify. But we are doing what we did with Nick Foles. Nick Foles just handed the ball off more. Like, that's the thing. Like, you know, are you a 76ers fan? Do you ever talk Sixers? I'm not a Sixers fan. Sorry. I know y'all probably going to hate me for that. I am a Nets fan. I'm sorry. As everybody leaves the chat. But no, yeah. I might start talking some basketball on here because I know, you know, RB and DJ, they always trolling me, and Joey Shake's always talking junk because I'm a Nets fan. So maybe we'll get them on here and just talk when we play or something like that. Zach Wilson makes some incredible throws and then he looks sloppy. Yeah, I don't like Zach Wilson if I'm being real. I just think he's mentally soft. Fields would do better. I definitely think he would. Yeah, we would never get Kyler Murray. I mean, Kyler Murray's doing his thing, though. He's definitely growing, and that's what you love to see. The problem is a lot of people fall in love with the person and not the player. The person has leadership and great mentality. The player has no accuracy, no pocket presence, point blank period. It's the truth. It's the truth right now. I mean, until he proves us wrong, that's the truth. So he don't have to think more than he has to. Splash plays don't win games. I love how everybody knows I'm a Nets fan. Fields is a better passer in my opinion. Who in this draft is better than Jalen Hurts? And the one that just passed or coming up? I mean, like I said, if you want to use him as a bridge quarterback because you don't like any of these quarterbacks in the draft coming up, that's fine. But we have to be honest with what Jalen Hurts is, man. Miles Sanders should have at least 400 rushing yards. Big facts. I'm sorry, Tyrone. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, bro. Not 5-2. 5-2 what? Are you guys 4-2? Are you guys really 4-2? Oh, damn. You guys are 4-2. That's crazy. Yeah, nah, y'all going 4-3, bro. 4-3. The decline starts for you guys now. I don't think there's a better quarterback. I mean, we just don't know. We just don't know. Say what you want about Sirianni. He knows how to scheme wide receivers open. He does. You're allowed to fire owner, right? Or does he have to stay with the team? I think he would have to sell the team, man. Go Birds, see y'all in Vegas. Damn, I wish I could go out there, man. I wish I could go out there. I'm broke. Stop being predictable. I agree. I agree. Okay, if y'all do move on from Hurts, what is the option? I mean, that wouldn't be tomorrow, so I don't know. It would be something that you'd have to look into. I don't think it would be like we'd cut him or something. I think that it would just be that we'd probably get somebody to compete with him, and if he loses that job, he loses that job. Call a conventional NFL offense. If he's bad, he's not the franchise quarterback. Only option in the draft is Willis or Corral. Watson up for this deadline. How many times has a Slim Reaper or Quez been wide as open and Jalen can't make the throw? It's the truth. Foles had a little RPOs and play actions with the help. But no, Foles ran a lot of RPOs. Go back and watch it. Foles ran a lot of RPOs. That's literally what they brought over to the offense when he came in. Why do you think Jalen Hurts was successful in OSU? Because he had CD and Hollywood Brown. And he had a great coach. He had an amazing coach that schemed players wide open, and it's college. So, you have like 5 yards of separation in college. So, especially for these good, wide receivers. One of Hurts' strengths is able to stay healthy. Yeah. Wentz would be out for a month for those back-to-back Reddick sacks. Hurts not diving head first like Giants QB. All right, yeah, I'll give you that. Jalen would simply be a beast if the running game was working right. I don't know. I mean, the running game doesn't make him more accurate. I don't know. That's a good question, Clinton. Would they stop doing RPOs? That's why it's kind of like I said, that devil advocate in me wants to kind of see what it would be like under another quarterback. Under another quarterback. He must have not seen him hit Quez on long balls, but they're all short. Look at the pass in the Dallas game. That's when you really saw that he double hopped and still was 10 yards short. I can't think of one play that he led the wide receiver. Like, everything's short. These guys got to slow down every time he throws a deep ball. And that's the same thing with his college pro. That was the same thing in college. I want to see Hurts in the offense like the Ravens doing for Lamar. Why am I defending Hurts? And I'm a Cowboys fan. We need him to be the right pick as hot news. What? Do you believe they need to run more with Hurts and Sanders to have the defense guessing? Then I definitely think they need to run more, but I mean, the throws are open. The throws are there. He's just not making the throws. I mean, I'm not saying bench him, but I wouldn't mind seeing what another guy can do for a game just to see if it's, Hurts or if it's the coach. I mean, we don't have a veteran on this team, but it would be interesting. I honestly don't believe Hurts has any strengths to be a championship-winning quarterback. I want to see any other quarterback do better in the system, not passable. I don't know. I disagree with that. There's open throws. There's open throws. A pass often doesn't mean pass all game. I agree with you there. Don't feel bad. I'm a Red Sox fan. That's very true, Jerry. You said, what's messed up is Nick admitted to not scripting out the plays after the first drive last game, which is saying that there's no real game plan. Not a good thing to say. I agree with you. What's going on, B-Tone? Yeah, I agree. His vision needs to work. He needs to work on that vision, man. He needs to work on just being calm in the pocket. His eyes drop way too quick. You're broke, but you buy ice cream. That video was so funny. Now you have to look. You and your wife were getting ice cream after week 1 and 4. Oh, man. The playing is bad to an extent to not running the ball. Pass plays are there. Yeah, exactly. What's good? What's going on, Birdman 951? What's going on, brother? Trying to catch up on these. Run the ball. It wins us games, you damn QB coach. Facts, I agree. When they're wide open, the pocket breaks down. Kelsey at center gets pushed back by oversized DT. I mean, not every time. That might happen every now and then, but not every time. This offensive line has been playing well, in my opinion. They gotten beat by some good pass rushers, but, I mean, for who they've been playing, is Alshon Jeffrey still on the roster? Hell no. I just don't understand why we drafted Jalen Hurts. I just don't get it, because he's not what we want as a franchise. That's not like the direction that we wanted. Maybe they really just thought he would be a good backup, but even as a backup, wouldn't you want your backup to kind of be the same thing as your starter? So I really honestly don't know. I don't get what we're trying to do. I really don't get what we're trying to do, but we're gonna beat the Raiders, man. I'm not too worried about that. I think that we can we can figure it out. Hopefully we figure it out. I mean, Jalen Hurts, I don't know. I want Jalen Hurts to be the guy. I think that's where I got it. That's just, the nitty gritty of it. I want Jalen Hurts to be the guy, but we have to be honest about what we're seeing, the games that he's been playing, and the inconsistencies that he's been showing. So, I don't know, man. You guys let me know in the comments. I'll probably go live maybe either later tonight, maybe tomorrow. I know I'm definitely going live tomorrow, but we do have a couple of guests coming on, so definitely be looking out for that. But shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We still got 40 people in here. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe if you have not already. It really helps out the channel. But other than that, y'all know what it is, man. It is Fly Eagles Fly. And we are out here. Peace!
Everywhere, this is for
Yeah.
you.
Fly Eagles flying on the team. Touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a bird gang nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling on Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man saw Jackson.